Hello once again to Renegade Squadron Games. We've got another game here from our Queensland Regionals. It's round 4. My name's Sam and this is Ben.
Hello, hello.
First thing, as the players are placing their rocks and setting up their ships, Ben, congratulations on National Champions for Australia.
Thank you, Sam.
You must be feeling rather excited about that.
Yes, more excited to be going to Worlds and playing there in November. Hopefully can put on a good show for the rest of the Australians out there.
Terrific. Well, now on to the game today. We have Scum versus Rebels, Isaac versus Hayley. I'll just quickly jump through the Scum list. We've got Manaroo, is it? Yeah, Manaroo with Draw Their Fire, Unhinged Astromech, and K4 Security Droid. A Kazakh fighter, which I can't quite read its name, with
I think
cloaking.
it's Talonbane, actually.
Terrific. With cloaking device, adaptability, and engine upgrade. And Zuckuss with Fletcher torpedoes, auto blaster turret, and unhinged astromech. And just as the rebels are moving forward Ben, do you want to go through their list?
Sure. So Hayley's got Harrison Dula in the Ghost, running fire control system, auto blaster turret, Han Solo, intelligence agent, the Ghost title, and an engine upgrade. And then docked inside the Ghost, she has Ezra Bridger in the attack shuttle. He's running elusiveness, dorsal turret, the chopper crew, and phantom title. And then running alongside, we have two Bandit Squadron pilot Z95s.
Yeah, classic. I've got 24 points left-ish. I'm going to throw something in there.
Yep.
Alright, so Ben, with the Manaroo Zuckuss list, it seems very much that you'll be wanting to move those tokens away so Manaroo won't want to be fighting as much and have Zuckuss with all these dice advantages rolling around.
Him or Talonbane, because Talonbane's ability is, at range 1 he doubles his combat bonuses, so throwing a target lock and focus over to him after he's been able to boost into range 1 could be rather devastating.
It is quite a strong combo. And with our Harrison, Dula and Ezra, we've got a very big brick and a couple of things flying beside it.
Yeah, so the Hera is going to be unleashing quite a lot of pain if she can get the double tap off, especially since the auto blaster turret ignores defense dice. Could almost be full guaranteed damage if the dice go well.
Indeed.
Which, if I'm looking at it's almost enough to just delete Talonbane if he gets too close. So he will not want to get too close to that.
Yes. And of course with the dorsal turret, if the attack is in range 1, roll an additional attack dice, so it's almost actually a Talonbane there as well.
Yep.
It's quite a strong list there actually. There's no gaps in the attack for the shuttle.
No. Sort of, for the shuttle, no. For the Ghost at the moment, there is, if you can get beside it and outside range 1, because the Ghost can only use its turret, not the shuttle's one.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a gap, but Talonbane
small.
and Zuckuss aren't exactly the most agile, so they might have a little bit of trouble exploiting that gap.
Yeah, and just as we finish the first turn here, it looks like the Scum are turning away and wanting to blast down their side of the map.
Wise decision. Taking that Ghost head on is probably not going to end well.
No. So we're just placing the dials here again. The rock placements are fairly contained. It's quite in the middle of the map, but once you're through it, there's quite a bit of space on the edges.
I think Hayley's got the right approach through it here. Send the Z95s through the middle because they don't really mind too much if they take a stress. They're in the Z95s. And then Hera can come around the outside and give chase while the Scum have to pick their poison.
Yeah, just sort of herding them in. Limiting the options.
So as the Scum... Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah,
yeah.
Wanting to avoid the stress and possible crit goes with the General 3 bump.
Course. I'm too used to just not caring about what my Z95s hit. It's like, I only paid 12 points for you. You're here to block stuff, get a couple of shots off and die.
Yeah, one of our players I was playing recently at our store just for casual fun, and he was flying a Z95 with the new Slicer tool card.
Yes, I've run into that myself. It's unpleasant if you've got a ship that likes to stress itself.
Yes, especially when I had Core and Horn and I'd just done a K4 and I hadn't thought about it.
Ouch.
Yeah. So that was quite punishing. So the Z95 is possibly going to be a stronger Scum ship, as they can throw that around and become a 13-point suicide bomber almost. Just running close, try to get someone who's stressed.
Suicide bomber / mini bigs almost, because there's a lot of ships out there that will just see that and want it dead immediately. I suppose if you're forcing your opponent to shoot at your Z95 first, that's a win.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
as we got here, we've got the Ghost and Manaroo facing each other, so that'll probably be a range 2 shot. So some pain possibly coming through there. As we see now.
Manaroo's not going to win that fight. So I think what planned for Isaac here is he's planning to have his 2 fighters murder the Z95s quickly. And then he can throw everything into the Ghost.
Yeah, well, he's decided not to run away, which is interesting. So he just sort of slow played the start, which has sort of made the Rebels come to him, but they're there now, and it's going to be a problem getting through them. So first shot here, we've got Talonbane looking like he's shooting at the closest Z.
Range 3. So Talonbane will double his defensive bonuses here as well, so I don't think the Zeds are going to waste too much time shooting at him. So, ooh, good roll.
That would be... I think they've decided to shoot at the Ghost, or they're just talking now and possibly rolling an extra evade dice.
Ah, yeah.
Or 2, or 3 because of the rock. No, just the 2. Oh, a secondary weapon. Is there? No.
No. Should be 3.
Yeah, it should be...
Oh, well.
Something happened. 3 hits,
Yep.
2 evades. They're now still talking about it.
Should be a 3rd dice in there. Right?
Yeah, that one shield. Okay. I was curious also to see if the asteroid field was going to be in play there, which would have made it 4 dice. And sort of a ghost, as you would.
Yep. So this should definitely be...
This is range 3. This will be...
So it looks like Zuckuss is using his ability to get both players to roll an extra.
Ooh, that's going to hurt. And I believe that Z95 is going to go away. So he's going to spend no time shooting at all, actually.
He should be rolling a 4th dice there as well, with Zuckuss's ability, but oh well.
And we've got an unfortunate bump here, so we're just going to try to re-maneuver that back. It's fairly close. There we go.
Yep.
Nice little bump in.
Classic Z95s though, they either die on the first turn or win you the game.
Yeah, that's it.
At the moment, it's looking like die on the first turn.
Right, so it looks like the Ghost is going to shoot Manaroo now.
Yeah, probably a good call. Manaroo's got the most health, so if you can get rid of her early, he loses a lot of his action efficiency.
And as you said, Talonbane with the extra evade dice because of his ability, you're not going to get through that.
No.
So spends a focus for 4 hits. 2, and just the 1 evade, so 3 shields are gone.
Right. Losing the Z was unfortunate, but overall not a disastrous turn for the Rebels.
No.
3 shields off mana is a good way to start.
Yeah, just looking now to see if the Z95 can have a shot. It'll be through a rock, almost at anything it decides to.
Probably go for Manaroo here. Oh no, sorry, we've got Manaroo herself first. Let's go
always.
4.
2 hits. It looks like they're shooting at the Z still, I have a feeling.
Nope, into the Ghost.
Okay. Straight into the shits.
So now the Z95 going to pile into Manaroo as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if he can get a shield point through now, nice 2 hits. This will be...
Ooh, it's a good
4.
start.
Yeah, there you go. There's the 4 dice, 2 evades.
Ouch.
Yeah. And the secondary shot for the Ghost, or not?
No, he's not going to have one because you have to use the turret for it. And since the auto blast is only range 1, you have to have someone at range 1 to be able to use it.
Yeah, I'm so used to seeing those things with TLTs.
Yes. That gets very annoying.
So I'd imagine that the Ghost then will be doing some sort of very small maneuver to hopefully have someone in range 1 of him. Preferably maybe that Talonbane.
Another fun option with the Ghost might be to just dial in a 5k. Because
Get
Manaroo will probably move out of the way. I suppose she could do a hard one and then barrel roll back to block it if she sees it coming, but that would give you your front arc back on Manaroo, and then you'd also be in a good position to turn in and keep some pressure on Zuckuss and Talonbane in the following turns.
Yeah, so we just got the straight one there for Manaroo. So deciding to fight, which is rather odd for Manaroos usually, especially when they're paired up with Dangar.
Yeah. Yes. I suppose the key with those ones is to just go hunting.
Yeah.
No need for that this time, though. I suppose Isaac's wanting to keep her close to make use of draw their fire. Which is another good reason to bring her down first, so you're not splitting fire and wasting damage. So what has Hera done here? Oh, looks like only a straight 1 or 2, which is going to bump Manaroo, which is unfortunate. That's what we're shooting at this time. Alright, so no action there. Down to the Scum aces. Imagine Zuckuss wants to clear his stress.
It's a straight 3, it seems.
What does he do from here?
It doesn't look, it looks like you wouldn't have a shot at the moment.
And he's not running the Mist Hunter title, I don't think, so he's not going to have the option to barrel roll. So I think he's just going to have to throw down a target lock and take a setup turn. Yep,
Which
that's what he does.
isn't always the worst thing, but shooting is always nice.
Yes. And imagine Talonbane just shuffles forwards here. Oh, why not? He's decided he wants none of that ghost.
So the ghost won't be shooting this turn. So we'll just have Manaroo probably into the Z. And then back again.
Unless Talonbane gets a sneaky shot off there, but no chance.
Not quite.
Alright, so yep. Looks like the only shots this turn are going to be Manaroo and the Z exchanging fire at each other. Which, probably a good result overall for our rebel friend. Means she's not going to take too much damage and gets the opportunity to keep piling into the big target.
Yep. So 3 hits there with the target lock reroll.
And 1 of 8 after spending the focus, it looks like. So Zed's going to lose its shields.
And its focus token.
A little bit unfortunate. There's no attack modifiers when shooting back.
Against a focus.
Yeah.
Hit crit.
That's a good start. And Manaroo.
2 blanks.
Nice.
So that critical will be going through. And it's a direct hit, that's just painful.
Ouch. And Manaroo doesn't have a lot of places to go this turn either.
No.
Ooh, that's not good.
And because the attack shuttle is still docked in the ghost, it means that even if he just goes forward and the shuttle and the ghost just does what it wants, they'll be shooting it from its back.
Yep.
And no one wants 4 dice when you've only got 3 health left.
No. Well, if he doesn't get far enough away, it'd be 5 dice as well. If it's
Yes.
range 1. It'd be extremely painful. So, what do our players do here? Z95 also doesn't have a lot of places to move. I think all of its turns could do a hard 2 to its left, I suppose, but
It could block
doesn't do
Manaroo
much.
if it wanted to.
Yes.
It's probably its best option.
So yeah, it's just gonna bump into the ghost and see if it can block some of Manaroo's escape routes.
Also, intelligence agent has been used on Manaroo, so
Yeah.
they know what they're doing. We don't, but we'll find out shortly.
So it looks like a straight move from Manaroo.
They're just going to mark out the Z, as it looks like it's probably going to be a straight 4, I think. Oh, he's got a gentle maneuver in his hand, though.
Straight 4 would have been a good choice. Just get out of dodge. Looks like he's gone for the gentle 2. Should clear the Z95.
Gone for the
Oh, no.
sloop, too.
Ooh. Dangerous. Dangerous play. Keeps Manaroo in the fight, but if that ghost doesn't move very far, that's going to be unpleasant.
Wait. Why
Yeah.
did they turn it around?
Maybe you're a little bit excited and just slooped on habit. I'm banking left. I must be slooping. So no, just a regular bank 2 from Manaroo.
Yeah.
And let's go throw down a target lock.
Yeah, so is that the K4 security droid?
Yes. Here comes the focus. So K4 and focus. Then the ghost.
Just a straight one. This is going to hurt.
Yep. Yeah, best move for the Ghost there.
Yes, if you ever want to shoot a ship, if you can position yourself to where it was last turn, you've got very high chances of getting it.
Especially if it can't boost or barrel roll.
Mm.
In which case, you just literally aim for where it used to be, and there's no way it can get out of its own arc. Fun little trick for newer players out there. So that'll be a bump, which isn't a complete disaster for Isaac, because he can still wail on that Z95.
Yeah. Just means that there won't be any focuses joining his attack.
Then at a guess, I reckon Talonbane's doing a hard 1. Keep shots on the Z and possibly the Ghost.
Yeah, good call. Very. So, looking at this, do you take out the 2 health Z with Talon, or do you leave it for Zuckuss to for Manaroo to have a shot? Maybe.
I'd probably. I think I'd leave it, because the Z's not shooting you this turn. And next turn, because it's moving first, I think the Ghost is blocking its K turn. I think Z95s have a K3 from memory. Which would be tight. So I don't think that Z95 is going to get into the fight in a useful way anytime soon. But nope, he's going for it. Oh, that's a very dead Z.
Yes, with only 2 evade, it's very impossible to dodge 5 hits.
Yep. He makes a good effort, but no.
4 damage points later. I don't believe Manaroo moved her tokens across to anyone either.
She might have moved them to Talonbane, which
Maybe.
would explain where he got that target lock and focus together from. So, not too far in, and already we're just down to the Ghost versus the World.
Yeah.
Manaroo at least is severely hurt, so if you can pull it, Hayley can polish her off here. Oh, that's a good start. Ouch. Mana needs 2 natural evades.
Gets none.
Goodbye.
So this is interesting now. We've got quite a match on our hands.
So the Ghost has only lost 2 shields. So it's in a pretty good spot, all things considered.
Zuckuss has no shot. Talonbane's already shot. So we go into the next phase. Having a look at this, Manaroo looks like he can't easily get into this fight this turn.
Oh, Zuckuss.
Sorry, yep, Zuckuss.
Manaroo's floating in space at the moment.
Yep. So he's going to struggle as well to get into the fight.
Yes.
For more than 1 turn.
Hard 2 from the Ghost. Pretty safe move. That cursed Ghost stand.
Or many stands. I often struggle with my Decimator one. Those big ships just weigh a bit too much sometimes.
Yep.
What do you think Zuckuss is going to do this turn?
He doesn't have a lot of good options, does he? Any hard turn runs the risk of running over that debris field. And with the dial on the Mist Hunter, probably double stressing yourself, which is very bad. I think all Zuckuss can do this turn is probably move forwards. Or maybe Talonbane moves second.
Maybe they come around to the to Hayley's side of the field and just reset.
Yeah, might be the way to go. Looks like... So he's going to hop over Talonbane. Do those things have a 4K?
Well, they have a 4 something. And it is a 4K.
Alright. There we go. It's a good option there. Probably gives you a range 3 shot.
You'd be through that debris field, but that's alright.
And then Talonbane probably doing a K-turn of his own. Or you could do a hard turn around the debris, but I think K-turn and line them both up would probably be the better option.
Fly in a bit of a formation.
Because the risk with that turn there is that might be inside the Ghost's arc. Oh,
To be close, but I believe he's good. But we'll find out shortly. So Bane gonna shoot first.
so it looks like just a range 2 shot.
Hit crit. Thinking about using that target lock. Oh, damaged cockpit, so no target lock used.
Hang on, doesn't the ghost have shields left?
Yes. That'll be interesting. We'll see how that happens. It shouldn't change things too much because damaged cockpit is part skill 0.
Hera's moving first. Anyway. So Zuckuss is going to use his ability, so it'll be 4 dice versus 2.
Just the 2 hits. 1 evade. So that should be 1 more shield.
Yep.
Very interested to see what happens there.
Possibly just a...
Phantom card.
Yep.
On the ghost.
Alright, so... For Rebel, this player this turn, probably just shuffle ahead straight 1 or straight 2. Try and get that rear arc into play. Yep. Straight 2. And then for the Scum player, I reckon Zuckuss... It's a pretty easy turn, I suppose. Zuckuss will just shuffle forward with a straight 2 or 3. Clear the stress. And Talonbane do another hard turn.
Yes, it's become quite a chase now. So Ben, if you were flying the shuttle, the Hera, when would you drop the attack shuttle out?
Not this turn, because there's a good chance that you're going to have a shot from the rear arc. But either the following turn or the turn after that, I think the ghost will be so low on health that you'd almost be forced to do it.
Yes, because the last thing you want to do is, as we just quickly see, it seems like Talonbane has put in the wrong hard to maneuver.
Whoops.
It's gone the wrong way.
Funnily enough, it's probably a moment of accidental genius. Because Zuckuss is, I'm pretty sure, out of arc there.
Yes.
So this will put Talonbane out of range, and you get a free turn of shooting with Zuckuss.
Yeah, so now with that move in place, I would actually almost feel like putting the tuck shuttle out at the end of next turn.
Mm.
Save it from taking damage as the ghost blows up in a few turns' time. Target lock there to make it 2 hits, 2 focuses. 1 evade, sorry, 1 shield.
Yep, and Talonbane is out of range. Just. So, it's a tricky spot for the ghost, which is seeing here the weakness of the Auto Blaster version. Those very big blind spots in the side it gives you,
Yes.
unless the enemy comes into range 1. So if you get into a situation like this where you're running away, it's sometimes surprisingly difficult to make sure you're getting shots off.
It's a nice, soft, gentle 1 for Hera.
Not many other options to do there. Should guarantee a shot on Zuckuss at least.
Unless he's done some sort of bank or hard maneuver.
Hard turn right and go through the debris would be interesting. Catch Hera as she comes around the other end. And I suppose Talonbane's just going to do a hard 1 and boost. As is Hera.
Yeah, so Hera most likely will not be shooting this turn. Those arcs just facing the table edges.
Yep. So Zuckuss does go for the bank.
And with no title means no barrel roll, means he's going to be going through that debris field next turn.
Yep. But it's still a pretty good spot to be, because I don't think there's a way the ghost can punish that. Just looking at where it is. Oh no, maybe he is running the title. Well, he must be. I'm pretty sure they don't have barrel roll natively. So I think barrel rolling to the left there might have been the better choice. I'm pretty sure it still would have been out of arc. And then next turn, if you're moving around that debris from its left, it's a lot harder for the ghost to line up a shot. Whereas where Zuckuss is now, if the ghost does a hard 1 or hard 2, that should guarantee a shot.
So just looking to see if Zuckuss has a shot.
Looks like he does just.
Going back to the ye old range ruler.
Yep, looks like it is. So range 3 with Zuckuss's ability. 4v2 again.
Just the one, so critical's going to go through.
So Zuckuss is saving up his...
Alright, so the ghost doesn't want to bump anybody anymore. But yeah.
Yeah, which... one of the better ones to get in this situation, because at least you're moving first, so you know where everything's going to be when you move. So if you don't want to bump, you should be able to avoid it.
So you're thinking a hard 2 from Hera this turn?
Yeah, you've got to start getting some shots if you're going to have a chance if fast running out of health. Down to only 9 hull left, and haven't started on Zuckuss or Talonbane. No, don't boost.
Oh, you know what? Landing on that rock with that boost would have been the best thing for her.
As it is, I don't think Zuckuss... Oh!
Well, we've got a bump.
Yeah, which is...
It's the best of that outcome.
Because the disaster there was that Zuckuss has only done a straight 1 or straight 2, and then just barrel rolls to his right and gets inside the blind spot again.
Yeah. But if she'd kept that hard 2, just going off where the tokens are, we've got a range 1 shot that Zuckuss cannot get out of.
So it would have been exchanging fire, of course, but not much you can do about that. Need to try and bring Zuckuss down while he's isolated, and Talonbane's trying to race across the board and get back into the fight.
Well, if Zuckuss had done a straight 1 or 2 here and barrel rolled, it would have been quite likely that he would have been in range 1. So Hera would have been able to shoot with the Auto Blaster Torrent.
Which isn't too terrible for Zuckuss because he's got the health to burn on it. I think it's got 8 health total, those things.
Yeah. But the 5 attack dice from the hard 2 would have been a lot better.
Yeah. So no shots again. Times you wish you'd brought Zeb Crew. So what does the ghost do in this position? Oh, looks like she's using Hera's ability, flipping the dial to another colour of the same speed, another move of the same colour.
So straight 2 there. So it would have been a white maneuver of some sort, I believe.
Green, I think, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's green and reds she can switch between. A lot of fun if you can squeeze a navigator in there. So hard 2 from Zuckuss. He's just going to exchange dice this turn.
Yeah, it looks like the ghost may have taken a focus and an evade there. For my action, I would have felt a lot stronger bringing out Ezra, doing a possible K maneuver. Would have brought him in right behind. Oh, but then you wouldn't be shooting with the shuttle.
With the rear arc of the ghost. You would still be shooting with the Auto Blaster turret though, so you'd still get 2 shots. I know, you've got the health to take at least 1 more turn before you have to launch the shuttle.
Yeah,
because the last thing you want to do is get blown up with it still inside, because then not only does it take a damage, but it doesn't get to shoot for the turn when it launches.
Yes.
So if at all possible, you want to be launching it yourself, so you get a shot with it. Oh, looks like Talonbane's just managed to sneak into range there. Don't think that range rule is lying flat. So, yep. So range 3 from Talonbane.
1 hit, 2 focuses, spends the target lock, and turns those focuses into a crit and a hit.
Ouch. 1 evade, luckily.
Console fire, so we want to get rid of that, possibly.
No, I think Hera's gonna... Hera might not care too much, you might be so close to dead anyway next turn.
It'd be interesting to see what Zuckuss throws at him.
I think you have to go for Zuckuss' ability here.
Just checking that range 1.
Yep. So 5 dice from Zuckuss. This will be painful. You should still have the target lock saved up. Ooh, a little bit unlucky there.
4 hits. No shields, no evades, so...
4 more leaves the ghost at 3 with a console fire.
Yeah, so quite possibly going to be leaving the board next turn.
So I'd definitely this turn be thinking about launching the shuttle. Which I think you can do just after you execute your maneuver. So, depend on how well the ghost shoots here, I suppose. From Hayley's perspective, really want to get Zuckuss down to as low as possible with these 2 shots. So,
ouch.
Not good.
Fire control system should come in. Has she shot Zuckuss yet? I don't think she has.
I don't think she has, no.
Oh,
So
no.
she'll throw it down now, but only 3 hits.
1 evades, 2 shields.
That's unkind. And then end of round, shooting with the turret.
2 criticals, which can be dodged.
It's actually the worst result. No, not the worst result.
A
But
blank here would be alright. Another evade, 1 shield.
yeah. It's always frustrating rolling crits with the auto blaster. Better than blanks, I suppose, but the one time you don't want them. So Intel Agent on Zuckuss. And Hera's going for a bank. And you've got to launch the shuttle here, surely.
That's very close to that table edge. Possibly hoping that the missed runner has done a hard maneuver. Possibly not being able to shoot this turn.
Possibly.
So yeah.
And yep, Phantom coming out. Who's actually, Ezra set up in a very tanky build here, so if he can get it to a 1-on-1, he might have a chance.
Yes, what's Chopper's crew ability again?
Chopper's ability is he can take an action while stressed at the cost of a damage.
Right.
But he costs no points, so if you've got a crew slot open, it's one of those things you might as well. But Elusiveness lets you take a stress to make the opponent reroll one of his attack dice, which combined with Ezra's ability to get free flip focus results while he's stressed can make him very hard to kill.
So yeah, Ezra's got quite a very nice range 1 shot there. And if Hera can live through Zuckuss' shooting, might possibly have a Auto Blaster turret shot there as well.
Yes. Which would be ideal. That if Hera lives, that'd be most likely a dead Zuckuss.
And if that blinded pilot, not blind pilot, was it?
Console fire.
No, the pilot skill 0 cockpit.
Oh, yeah.
If that card was Phantom, then they'll be shooting at the same time anyway.
True. Actually, because they're both pilot skill 7. That's going to be pretty important, actually, because if that could be the difference between his dead Zuckuss or not.
That barrels away, gets rid of that opportunity.
I think he might also be giving up his shot in the process.
If he goes back far enough, he should possibly make it. I think he's going to be good there, especially there.
Yeah.
If he'd gone back to front completely, then it would have been quite alright, but he would have possibly gone into the rear arc, which doesn't matter anymore.
No, now that the shuttle's launched. And then Talonbane, I guess, just going to scream forward with a straight 3 or 4. Oh, no, goes for the bank. It's a decent spot to be in right there. Just going to focus.
Yeah, it's a console fire. Doesn't
All
look
good.
like it did anything.
Alright. So, the big shot will be Talonbane's. Because if he can bring the ghost down, simultaneous fire won't be an issue.
Not that Hera has a shot anymore anyway.
No.
You might be looking to shoot at Ezra.
Oh, yeah.
Got range 3 shot there and definitely
He's
range
checking
6
his
shot
options. No, it looks like he's going for the ghost.
Yeah.
Thought about it for a second, but...
Hit crit. Focus. Blink.
Ooh. So spends her focus. Weapon malfunction.
Probably
That's
not too much of a problem.
No, not in the current position. Still, that's a very sick ghost. Also got to have some -1 attack dice. If it bumps something, it takes the damage. The console's on fire. So many things wrong.
So it looks like Zuckuss has a corner shot there.
Yep.
Oh, maybe not.
Ooh.
Oh, I think they'll be alright. I think I see the plastic reflecting that light.
Yeah. I think Zuckuss has that. Not by a lot, but... don't need too much.
No, it looks like they've given up on the shot.
Alright. Well, that's a really good result for Hayley.
Yes.
Keeps the ghost alive one more turn. And Ezra... Ooh, good shot, Ezra.
2 hits and a crit into just the 1 evade. So hit critical goes through. Shaken pilot cannot perform a straight maneuver. Probably wasn't going to be doing that anyway with that rock.
You know, I've never seen that land on someone who actually wanted to do a straight maneuver.
I've had it happen to me once. I wanted to do a straight one because we were jousting, so I just did gentle instead. On my
Actually, the one person that would be a disaster on would be Countess Ryad. Because then she wouldn't be able to do her green K-turn shenanigans.
Yeah, she'd just have to stick with the original K4.
Which wouldn't clear her stress if she'd PTL'd. Alright, so Ezra moves first now. Which I suppose means that Pilot Skill 0 from before was a Phantom card.
Yeah.
It's just hard 2 and focus there. And hard 2 from the ghost as well.
Yes, I don't think this ghost will live through this turn.
Nah, definitely not. Big question is whether it will live through Talonbane and even get to shoot.
If Talonbane's done some sort of maneuver to get around the rock, quite possibly. Because he could bump into Ezra and then just be facing the wrong way.
So Zuckuss is going with a little bank.
Yeah, so he'll definitely be shooting at Phantom?
The ghost.
Ghost.
Has he also dodged Ezra's arc there? And I suppose even if he hasn't, he can barrel roll.
Nah, I believe that's quite nice and secure in the...
Oh, no, he's going for the kill. It's a risky play when you're sitting at 3 health at range 1 of a 3 attack dice ship.
Oh, and things could have turned around here for our rebel player. Talonbane has bumped into Ezra, possibly not having a shot, but I think he's still good.
It's going to be very close. Be pretty important if he does... Actually, whether he has a shot or not will be very important. If he doesn't, Zuckuss is almost dead for sure.
Well, this is 5 dice. I don't think that Talonbane can do that from being there.
So no, we're going straight to Zuckuss.
Target lock. Hit, crit. So that Phantom has gone down.
But simultaneous fire should keep it around for a turn.
It'll just be interesting to see what these critical cards are. So we've got thrust control fire, so they don't care about that. Cannot perform actions, I don't think she cares about that either.
No. The only bad one there would have been blinded pilot.
Yeah. So if we can get even 1 damage point here through to Zuckuss from this auto blaster turret.
Oh, no.
Please
It's a often forgotten rule, simultaneous. Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have been right back into the game there.
Yeah. Well, 3 hits could get through.
Zuckuss should have been Ezra should have been rolling 4 there, unless she went with the turret. But doesn't matter. Dead.
The result is the same, and we still have... There's the 4th dice.
There we go. And Zuckuss is extra dead.
So now we have a 1-on-1.
Alright. You'd think Talonbane would have the advantage shooting first and rolling 5 dice at range 1, but Ezra is a little tank, and he does have a turret. So this isn't necessarily over yet. Alright. So hard to... Does that hit the rock? Oh,
Looks like they've dodged it.
very nice. And then, action. Throws it in a focus. I wonder if it gave any thought to a barrel roll there. Because if you barrel rolled back towards Talonbane, you might have blocked something like that.
Yes.
As is, this is going to hurt.
Quite a bit. Tiger lock.
Yeah, this is going to hurt a lot. 5 dice v2. So, Ezra can...
Right, so he needs to roll at least 1 evade here.
I think she's got an elusiveness as well. Oh, nope.
So, get uses the evade dice. Pilot skill 0.
Oh, there's our elusive pilot skill 0. Oh, that was not good. Alright. So, Ezra shoots back with the turret. Needs a good roll here. Ugh. It's not great.
It's dodged.
Alright. Can Ezra do anything from here?
Well, if Talon picks the wrong way to go, could be interesting, but Journal 1, I think this match is just about over.
Most likely. Talon... You could have dialed in a K-turn with Talonbane there. Would have covered a fair few options.
Yes, it looks like K-turn
Yep.
has been put in place. So this should probably be possibly range 1, but I believe it'd be range 2. No, it's range 1. That's just painful.
Yeah. Ezra needs some luck here.
2 hits. 2 blanks. Well, and that's the match. So, Rebels just falling short today. Shaking good game. And that is it. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all next time.
Right.